There we go. Oh my god. I got some weird error message like at first and I didn't know what it meant, but I guess I figured it out. um let's put this over here. There we go. And let's pop this out. I'm always afraid that I'm going to break something, but I guess I don't usually, so I should probably just, have more confidence in myself. Hello, everybody. I should. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. So I love my Sony camera, but oh my god, I swear the functionality for like when I connect it to my computer, I swear like it works like at random, and I don't know why it works sometimes and why it doesn't work other times. It's such a Sony state of affairs. Like that's all I can say. Oh, hola Sheila. How is everybody? How's everybody doing? I thought we hadn't like done a live in a while, so I thought that we could just have a little ketchup and mustard. Ew, I don't really like mustard. Stupid. This is going really smoothly. Oh, thank you. um, I hope everybody had a good day today. Um, mine was good. I had a nice trail run. Oh boy. Oh, who's messaging me? Hang on. Like I said, it's going really smoothly. Like everything is. Ah. Have I seen any other MLM rappers? Are there other MLM rappers? Because I'm hoping to God that there aren't. If there are, okay, there's like a really loud motorcycle going by outside right now. There we go. Woof. that was annoying. I hope there are not other MLM rappers. I will be very depressed if there are more of them, because it really seems like one is already too many. Um so oh, that guy is so cringy, and it's so weird to me how is it possible to not realize that like you are just maximum level of cringe. Like does he actually think that people are going to take him seriously, or like what's the deal? There's a Christian rapper married to an MLM hun. Jesus God almighty. Because, like contemporary Christian rock is not cringy enough. They have to also rap. The ideal number of MLM rappers is zero. Yeah, I would tend to agree. It's not really a particularly rich vein of inspiration, in my opinion. The Christian rapper is married to a Monate hunt. Of course it's Monate. Of course it's Monate. Like they're so cringy. They're so trashy. Uh, they're the worst. Are they the? Although you know what, I feel like Kangen Water might be. They might be the worst. I think they're my least favorite of of any of them right now. Right now, they're on my shit list. Kangen Water is my shit list. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. It's so it's so overpriced. I can't believe that anyone would pay that much money, like what the Kangen water devices cost. I can't believe someone would pay that much for like I can't imagine pitching someone that and them being like, "Okay, let me just pay thousands of dollars for this device." What? Did I see Fundy Friday's series on Christian rock? No, but I'm going to now. That whole $500 water bottle there's a water bottle MLM? No, I haven't seen it. Is this from the same guy that was doing the iTerra Care wand? Like the water bottle thing from the Healy guy. I need to see this because I hate it already. I think I remember I think he mentioned something about it in the video where he got fired or whatever from Healy. It's a new one from whoever came up. Oh, it's from whoever came up with Healy. Okay. Oh. It's like, can't we just be happy paying like huge amounts of money for our hydro flasks? We don't need $500 MLM water containers. And I say that as someone who owns a hydro flask. I'm a member of the Hydro Flask cult. This stream is not sponsored by Hydro Flask though. And my Hydro Flask does have the prerequisite dent in it that everybody's has. I dropped it all the way down the mountain at Snowbird. So, it got a dent. But it's okay. Everyone's Hydro Flask has a dent. Lumivit. I already hate the name. Lumivitae. That sounds like it's like a Harry Potter spell or something. It did survive. My Hydro Flask did survive, and it was pretty steep too. I had to crawl down pretty far to go get it. Of course, there's a water bottle MLM. There is practically an MLM for everything. Yeah, I feel like if it exists, they will make an MLM out of it. You know why? Because the product doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the product is. It's just a means to an end. It's just a way to obfuscate your pyramid scheme. I love the word obfuscate. It's a great word, in my opinion. Oh my God, I found out that I have a childhood friend who is into Healy. I'm so sorry about your friend. Hopefully they're not driving you crazy. Healy is ridiculous. I always wonder like if these people actually think it's working or if they just like say that they think it's working or if like it's placebo effect or what. Cause they could either be saying that they think it's working or it could be like placebo effect making them think that it's working. But I always want, there's always a disconnect between like what they're actually, feeling and like what they're actually saying. Like, I don't know. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not that stupid, but then again, like maybe they are. This one claims to make hydrogen from the water and uses chromotherapy. Chromotherapy. You know what's ridiculous about that is if it's using like an RGB LED system, you're not actually making different colors. Like you only have 3 colors there. Like, so the frequencies of the colors are red, green, and blue. And then you're combining them, but your eyes perceive that as being like a different frequency. But it's not actually a different frequency. That's just the way that your eyes see it. Like it's just taking advantage of like a glitch in the way that we perceive visual information. So if they're saying that like it's giving the frequency of orange light, like that's not really the case. Like it's just combining red, orange, or red, green, and blue into what appears to us to be orange, but it's not actually the orange frequency. Like, I don't know. It's so hard to explain that, like how, the way that LEDs kind of like can, like color LEDs can deceive us. But like it's super weird. I don't know. I didn't explain that very well though. Oh yeah, I think it's rule 34 or whatever, the rule where it's like if it exists, there's porn about it or something. Yeah, if you know, the rule 35 then is if it exists, there's an MLM about it. I hope there's not a porn MLM. Well, I guess there's pure romance. Trying to tempt you into shredding it apart. Yeah, I feel like that's probably going to be like next on my little chopping block now that I'm hearing about it. This multicolor LED chromotherapy water bottle thingy. It sounds pretty dumb. And like I already demonstrated, you can make hydrogen from water with a battery. It's all you need. Just be careful. Don't light any matches around it. I mean, like, why do you even want to make hydrogen? Were you trying to power a car or something? You gonna build the next Hindenburg? Please. Childhood friend is super woo now. Oh, that's unfortunate. Even the remote Healy treatments, I can't believe people would actually believe that work. Yeah, I know. It's so weird to think, like, when an adult, like, believes that this could, like, possibly work. It's like, how? I thought, like, magic doesn't exist. It's so difficult. Like, I can't wrap my head into that, like, head space. I don't know. I think people just, they feel like, you know, everything feels like chaotic or whatever. And they would like to believe that they have more control over things than they do. And so these woo things make them feel, I swear to God, these motorcycles outside. These woo things make them feel like they do have more control. And so it's just really appealing to believe it or whatever, I guess. I don't know. They put it on their animals and stuff. Which is like, how do you know that it's compatible with animals then? Like, I mean, don't you have to test to see if a medication is also is also suitable for an animal? I don't know. The Kangen water is anti-aging. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh. Exactly, because Kangen water it's not oxidizing, and if it's oxidizing, it's aging you. It's your water, okay? It's certainly not all the oxygen we're breathing in. I mean, how could oxygen be oxidizing? Let me just test everything with my little probe. Doing a little science experiment. It's like, wouldn't, if all of these things had the effect that they say that it does, wouldn't we have noticed it by now? Like, wouldn't we have noticed, like, everyone who drinks Evian looks so old? Like, wouldn't we have noticed by now if the effect were like of any significance. Like, you just think that we would have just noticed that empirically. Like, their animals need a frequency change. I don't get it. At least they aren't putting essential oils on them. Yeah. It's really upsetting when some of these essential oil people, like, are putting them on their pets, because, like, pets have like, dogs and cats, they have fur. And so the skin that's under that fur is a lot more sensitive than our naked skin is. Like, our skin is evolved for not having hair on it, protecting it. But, like, dogs, their skin is evolved for always being protected by fur. So it's pretty sensitive. So you probably shouldn't put essential oils on them. But, you know, whatever. Of course they couldn't hurt anything, could they? They couldn't possibly. They're natural. That means that it's safe for everybody. I'm pretty sure those essential oils would probably make me break out anyway. So, I mean, it's, you know. We should all install a Kangen water system and Benjamin Button our way back to childhood. Wish I could turn back time to the good old days. Who is that? 21 Pilots or something? Yeah. And pets and children can't give or deny consent to have oil. Yeah, exactly. It's like, did you ask your dog for this permission? Okay, because maybe just don't apply things that are going to irritate their skin to them, since, you know, they can't give you permission for that. Also, it's just like, again, you would think that at some point people would have noticed these incredible effects that these essential oils have, you know, because people have known about essential oils for a long time, but it's only now that you're saying they, like, cure cancer or whatever. And you really would think that that would have been observed before, like, that people would have noticed, been like, wow, these have some healing properties. But, like, no, it's just now that you're all saying that. You know, I mean, I guess it just seems that perhaps the effect is so small, we just can't see it. It's, who can say? Guess it just doesn't matter. If it worked that well, if it worked that well, my insurance company would be denying coverage for it before I try 15 other oils and waters for. So, it's so true. You know, I feel like insurance companies are the ultimate, like, way to find out a truth that people are uncomfortable with, or, like, wish were not true, like, or, like, that people, like, wish were the truth another way or whatever. Like, insurance companies, if you just look at what their behavior is, you'll know, like, okay, so that's what's real, you know. It's kind of like how, like, insurance companies are factoring climate change into their premiums or whatever. Like, yeah, because, like, no matter how uncomfortable it is, it's true that climate change is real, and that's why insurance companies are factoring it into their premiums and, like, coverage policies and stuff, because it's real. Like, if insurance companies are accounting for it, it's real. Or, you know, how your premium doesn't go up just for traveling through the Bermuda Triangle. Oh. Yeah, it's true. They would definitely deny the coverage, and you'd have to, they would have, like, an alternate, and then they would, like, force you to go to CVS to buy it or something, or they'd be like, you have to get mail order. I remember all the hoops that prior authorization. Hannah Alonso did a video about a Q Sciences product that apparently has THC, and some people failed drug tests because of it. Oh shit. Oh, that's not good. That oh man, I feel like they could get in serious trouble for that. Isn't Q Sciences based here in Utah? Cause like recreational marijuana is not legal here. So I don't know. That seems like they could be in some hot water then. You know, Utah is just sitting here between Colorado and Nevada going like, "You guys, I don't want to snort weed with you." Leave me alone. um is it higher in certain locations? The insurance premium thing, I believe like for coastal regions and stuff or like flood insurance, yeah, like premiums are going up because they're accounting for like climate change and like sea level rise and stuff, or like increased frequencies of storms. Frequencies. And the Q Sciences product is labeled no THC. Oh shit. Oh, Pleasant Grove. Oh, one of our co-packers for their company that I work for the warehouse, like, is in Pleasant Grove. Pleasant Grove is horrible. It's not that pleasant. It's unpleasant Grove. Ugh. The hood of this hoodie has like a trail map for on the inside of the hood. Isn't that cool? See it? There you go. It's a trail map. You know, it's not very convenient to reference, though. They reformulated it shortly after it happened. Yeah, I'll bet they did. Although they probably... And you see, and that's how you know that they don't even test this shit. Like... Because, like... That would be like the one thing that I would test if I'm running such a company. But like clearly they didn't. Otherwise they would have been like, "Oh, well that's a problem." So obviously they just push these products out without any like even like the most rudimentary testing of what's in them, because they don't think that and they don't think that any of their distributors will bother to test it, which is probably correct. It's only the anti-MLMers that are running these tests, like Hannah Alonso. I mean, good thing someone's checking it, but that just tells you that this company has no idea what's in the product that they're having people promote. Like otherwise, how would this happen? If they had done any sort of testing on it at all. I mean, how does that occur? How does that get through there? And so like just based on that for Q Sciences, it's like this is probably how it is for all the other companies too. They probably do not test their products at all. Don't worry, the old Q formulas are on sale. I mean, like, just buy weed. Oh boy, can't say that on a live stream. That was a mistake. Here comes the DEA. A rep who failed the drug test, so couldn't be a firefighter, had it sent to a third-party lab, and the THC was discovered. Okay, number one, I feel like you should... I think it is stupid that you're not allowed to be a firefighter if they have THC in their system. But number two, that's such bullshit. And that's gonna have serious consequences for them, you know, because like you can't just retake the drug test. Like you're gonna be excluded from that career for a good long while. and that's probably going to be on your docket for a while. So Q Science is really messed up someone's career prospects there because they don't test their products. Obviously, I mean, they obviously don't. You would think that that would be you would think that if you were selling any sort of product that was created from cannabis, you would think that you would test it to see if there was THC in it. Just like that would be the first test I would think about running on it before I sold it. I would be like, well, I better make sure that like my manufacturer is, purifying this correctly. So let's test this before we put this out. But nope, clearly they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They just push that product out because why? Because the product doesn't matter. Because the product doesn't matter. They don't care at all. And I have to imagine that testing a product for THC is probably fairly cheap. It is probably not that expensive of a test to run, but it's too expensive for Q Sciences to do before they start selling it to people and telling it that it doesn't contain any THC. They're just so endlessly shady. There's no integrity. There's no quality control. There's absolutely none. And yet the Hunbuts go around saying like, oh, it's the best product. It's so good. You can't get quality like this anywhere. You can't even test to see if your product doesn't have an illegal substance in it. So it would seem that the quality control is not there. And it's kind of like ruining people's lives. It's like it's so flagrantly careless and reckless and such a flagrant cash grab that it's like, how do you not see through this? Like how can you excuse this oversight? Yeah. Indeed, though I wonder how many countries' customs have them listed on their suspicious sender files. Wow. People were giving this to kids. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could. I don't know if this would be like a class action or if it would be like I would think that like some kind of criminal proceeding could be initiated against Q Sciences for selling this. I mean, how is it not like distributing an illegal substance? Like, whether you knew it or not, it doesn't matter if you knew it or not. Like, because you should have known. I don't know. I guess Q Sciences is a dealer now. No, but they'll never face consequences for it. Not in Utah. You're expecting an MLM to face consequences in Utah? Not gonna happen. They have way too much political control here. It's wild. Would love to know if someone's got fined or convicted before. I mean, I don't think you can get convicted for having THC in your system. You'd be like possession of it. I don't know. The lack of accountability is the worst part. Agree 100%, because like these people who unknowingly ended up testing positive on drug tests for employment, like that's some pretty serious shit that you're costing them. Like that's. And it's like not everyone has the money to sue a company when this kind of thing happens. That's, what sucks about the way that things are is you have to have money to be able to sue somebody, which blows. And probably they'd be able to get away with it anyway. So I don't know what the current status is. Oh, okay. My theory is they knew about it, but that was the only way to give people some effect to make them believe in the product and keep using it. Possible. I mean, it seems like a big gamble to me, but I guess since they can get away with it by just being like, oh, we didn't know we're reformulating it. And then, I mean, yeah. But you would just think like, it's so stupid on the part of Q Sciences because that's like the one thing that you know about. That's like, if there's one thing everybody knows about drug testing, it's that drug testing is most effective at detecting THC because THC just hangs around in your system like forever. You know, like if someone is smoking crack or doing basically any other drug, that will show up negative in like 2 days, like 2 days later, and it's negative. But like THC, THC, it takes like weeks. So you would think that they would be like, well, you know what? If we leave that in there, someone's gonna get popped on a drug test. And then, you know, people might be a little bit upset with us, but you know what? They probably don't think that far into the future. Plus, like, you know, that means people already bought the product. So what do they care? They are just suing the rep that brought it to even attention. Are you serious? They're suing the rep who brought it up? Wow, talk about a slap suit. That is blatant slap. That is a strategic lawsuit against public participation when you sue someone to make them shut up about something, that even if it's like true, that is such a slap suit. Q operates in countries with blanket bans on cannabis. Oh shit. It really makes you wonder, like, how did this happen? I guess it's just because they're that careless and they're just that stupid. When we did drug tests, it showed for like about 30 days. Yeah. I mean, and that's kind of the dumbest. That's kind of like one of the huge problems with drug testing is like, for the most part, you're really only going to catch THC because it hangs around in your system for so long. Whereas people who are using harder drugs, like, you're probably not going to catch them unless they're like really having a huge problem, which you probably would have noticed already based on just like the way that they behaved. They fired the rep and sued her. Imagine like having that response. They denied there is any THC, told her that, oh my God. What, the drug test is wrong then? Like, oh, they're so sleazy. They're so endlessly sleazy. And you can't. They're so sleazy. They just are. I mean, that's kind of slanderous right there if they're saying that he smoked weed or whatever. But of course they're blaming the rep. You know, they're all, when you join the MLM, you're joining a family who cares about each other until you step out of line, and then they're going to talk shit about you and sue you for saying the wrong thing, or, you know, for stating true information about you. You know, but then it's not, you know, but you know, you form the best friendships. It's like a new family. Unless you talk about certain true things, then you're on the shit list and you're getting sued. They're just, so ethical and just morally upstanding. Like, Jesus asks them to take the wheel. The people who gave it to their small children should test their kids. Will they say the kids smoked weed if they test positive? I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah, that probably would be their response. On Behind MLM, the article says they are claiming the THC was only in that lot. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, and I only had one brownie. I mean, how do they know it's only in that lot? Because presumably they haven't been testing any of the lots if that one lot got through and was sold to people. So how do they know that it's only in that lot, since they obviously have not tested any of the lots that they've previously sold? I believe you. You said that there was no THC in any of the lots. But now you're saying, oh, no. Like, it's just that one. Like, don't worry. It's just that one. Okay. Like, I believe you. Okay. Hair stranded out would show far longer. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. There's so... I have so many opinions on drug testing. I don't know. There are plenty of jobs where it totally makes sense to do drug testing, but there are other ones where it's just like, really? Like, you need a drug test to work at Costco? Okay. I mean, and all you're going to find out is who smokes weed. Oof. Ooh, that was a good stretch. They deny. That's such a weird statement to make too. That like now they know that it was just that lot. So, did they know that it was in that lot when they sold it, or? Well, yeah. If you're operating a forklift, yeah, it makes sense. What gets me is I've worked in several human services positions, and only for COVID outreach do I have to do a drug test. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Human services positions. Did I read that wrong? No. Okay. Yeah, I feel like half the time drug testing is just on there to like weed out some pun not intended, to weed out more applicants or something. I don't know. I mean, it seems like such an unnecessary expense. Let's see. What else? My reading face gets so serious. Worked in drug treatment, investigations, no test. Yeah, it's like, I mean, and just thank God they're doing it. You know, you wouldn't want someone who smokes weed to work at McDonald's or something. Like, heaven forbid, perish the thought. What a menace to society. Really? 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 Oh. Cuz like you're not going to catch hard drug users, cuz like either it's going to be out of their system because they know that they're taking a drug test, or they have such a serious problem with their hard drugs that you would have noticed it from their behavior. Like their behavior would have already been concerning to you. But okay, sure. What else? So we're going to be wrapping up in a couple of minutes. So, if you have things you want me to see, like, put it in there now. Oh, by the way, like, I feel like I haven't said this recently, but like, If you ever want to like submit like a video or something to me, or like something that you want me to look at, you can always do that. There's a link. I think it's in the description of this live stream, but it's also in the description of all of my past uploads, for submissions. It's a Google form. And it can accept files of basically like any size up to like a terabyte. So you can always do submissions there. I can't guarantee that like I get to everything, but I do try to review through there. And sometimes I have a bit of a backlog right now. Sorry. If I ever hire, they're gonna. Yeah, I feel like someone who tests positive for meth would do like really good at lawn care. It'd be like really fast. They really are catching the most amateur drug users in there. I agree. It's like no one knows how to be a drug addict anymore. No, I'm just kidding. Regular marijuana smokers know how to skirt a drug test. Yeah, they kind of have it down like clockwork. Employers care if you use drugs, but don't care about how much you drink. Accurate. Yeah. And like, really, if you have like a drinking problem, that's probably going to be more disruptive to your work life, as I can attest, than anything else. Like, yeah, you sleep through alarms, you get your license gets suspended. No bueno. Stoked I made it to one of your lives. Learning lots of you. Oh, thanks. All right, guys. It is 8:45 Mountain, and we're gonna wrap up. There's gonna be an upload probably by the end of this weekend. So tomorrow, I'm working on it. It's another Kangen water thing because I hate them, you guys. I hate them so much. So there will be another video upload tomorrow night for Patreon and probably Monday morning for everybody else. So you can look for that then. And again, submissions, the link is probably in the description of this live, and it's also in the description of all my past uploads. Thank you all for coming to my live. You all are the best. Have a good rest of your weekend. I've been Mac. Peace out. Bye!